1 week from today, Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani will officially be sworn in as the mayor of America's largest city and the financial capital of the world. Mamdani was also allowed to pick any authorized official to do the honor of swearing him in, and he chose fellow Democratic Socialist Bernie Sanders, who shares his anti-capitalist agenda. We do have this happening in 1 week from now. And to take things a step further, Attorney General Letitia James is going to be conducting his private swearing-in ceremony, and Bernie Sanders will be leading his public one, and he called both of these people his political inspirations. So with that in mind, what can New York expect in this new socialist era?
Look, I think it's kind of speaks for itself with what's happening to the Democrat Party. If you take a look at his swearing-in coming up next week, he is arguably one of the main stars of the Democrat Party. Some of the others are Jasmine Crockett, so that's all you need to know about the party right now, but he's one of the main stars, and one of the others, I would argue, from the last 10 years or so has been Bernie Sanders. He's one of the very few who's been able to fill an arena like only Donald Trump can, for example. And it's funny, the Democrats have tried to silence Bernie since 2016. They went against their own rules that they had to break to make sure that he was not the nominee. Then they shoved him away again in 2020, and yet here's his protege taking over New York City now and kind of leading the party into 2026 and 2028. So as much as Democrats want to claim they're not the party of socialism, it seems that their actual constituents, their voters, see otherwise and are going to continue to push that message in their party in the future. And that's something that they're going to have to reckon with, because it's something we've been warning about for quite some time, but it seems they didn't want to listen.
Well, you mentioned President Trump, and Zohran Mamdani did meet with President Trump at the White House. What do you expect their relationship to be during their respective times in office?
Well, like I've tried to explain to people for years, President Trump is nice to absolutely everybody until they give him a reason not to be. President Trump loves New York. He's talked about it for years. Of course, he's also from there. He's responsible for building that beautiful skyline. He has a very deep relationship with the city, and I can only imagine if he sees Mamdani actually working against his efforts to try to save our country, turn our country around, turn New York around, he's going to have to do something about it. And it's less about their personal relationship and more about what's going to happen to the people of New York, to law enforcement officers in New York, and what President Trump might have to do to try to step in and make their lives a little bit better. And he's not going to shy away from any of that, regardless of what Mamdani tries to pull in his 4 years in office.